Have you ever traveled through time? We do it every day.
Asgardia is a country with a population of more than 1 million people from more than 200 countries on Earth. Asgardia gives everyone equal opportunities, no matter what their earthly status is.
It is possible to create and live in the future right now. Are you ready? Forward progress is the solution to the entire human race. Our mission is to bridge new horizons. In Asgardia, there is no limit to the universal development in the fields of technology, finance, and arts. Asgardia is a new space and digital economy which creates opportunities for the global economy. We deliver innovations. Do you want to get on board with us? We are developing various kinds of digital businesses, attracting them to the Asgardia platform that can be backed by the means of our umbrella, i.e. franchising of the Asgardia brand. We can not only attract investments into space programs from prominent institutional investors, but also affordable amounts from the citizens of Asgardia. We comprise of more than 1 million people.
Asgardia is a chance to realize one's dream. This is a dream-driven space nation. Asgardia is a chance to belong to a community of free-thinking enthusiasts, goal-driven dreamers, and fearless innovators, theorists, and scientists.
We are the first space nation. One humanity, one unity.
Asgardia.
We are creating
The future.
I know that that's a form of I love you, but not quite. So I need to correct that. And then there's... Okay. And yeah, so I'm trying to learn, I try to learn different ways of saying I love you in different languages.
In Turkish.
I need to learn it in, what is it in Turkish?
Seni seviyorum.
Say it again.
Seviyorum.
Typically Turkish.
Well, I'm gonna look it up so I can hear like the pronunciation. I want to learn it because I've been listening to a lot of Greek and Lebanese music lately, and I am trying to learn the language as well.
I figure if I can learn enough to be at least polite in each language. Manners is kind of a thing for me.
In Italian, it's so similar to Spanish. Te amo.
Exactamente.
Ajá.
Yeah, te amo. Sí, te amo, te amo. I lived in Aviano for, oh my gosh, I don't remember how long I was in Aviano, but I lived in Aviano for a few months when I was 19.
You lost your hair, Mr. Lamet. Welcome.
I don't know why it's doing this. I don't know why it's doing this.
Oh,
wow. That's
it's
good.
Very strange. No, it's not cool at all. It's weird.
I don't know. It is very weird.
Right, I actually do look like Crichton from Red Dwarf.
You are hypersonic. You are hypersonic.
I'm going to try again.
Okay, now it's better. Now it's better, boss.
I'm going to try again.
That was horrible.
That was funny.
So weird. This is so weird. Now I've got the background on my body. What's
I'm
going
kind
on?
of digging the celestial suit. Oh, come on.
That was it's sort of cool in a weird way.
The celestial suit was way better than the celestial hair.
Okay, no, this is no good. It's just
No,
not
your
working.
white is the same color with the curtains, so why?
Okay, I'm going to put this off for a second. I'm going to stay here. By the way, welcome if you're watching. This proves that we are live. We don't edit it. There we go. Hang on. I'm going to increase the brightness on the background.
I think the live aspect definitely aspect.
Let me just, I know why. I know exactly why that's happened. Right. Order will be restored. Let's just go for it. Now, let me try again. No. Weird. This has never happened before. Hang on a sec.
Yes, without the background is okay. Without.
I know, but I want to have the background, so
you need a green screen there behind you.
Oh, there's no problem. What are you
normally
saying?
I have a green screen, but there we go. Okay, we're just going to use my normal background. Okay, I'm not going to mess with it. It's a nice background. It's fine. It'll work fine. We'll not mess with it today. I'll have it all sorted for tomorrow. Oh no, hang on, it's gone funny again. 1 second.
You look like a ghost.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. We'll just do that.
By the way, I lost the backgrounds from Asgardia. I tried to find. If someone has the picture, please send it in the chat.
Yo también. I would love that.
Sí, lo necesitamos porque.
Surely that is available to everybody. Can I ask Linda to send our parliament coordinator to send a copy of that to everybody?
Oh, thank you.
Let's do that, and that's a very good idea.
Yes.
I'm just looking. I have 2 computers working here, so I shall leave the background as it is now. So yeah.
Yes, we need a background like Clive Simpson, so elegant. Good morning, Clive.
Okay, let me just see. Okay, good to see you all. We will start in 1 minute. 1 minute.
Bridget, you look like you're literally in space.
Who does?
Bridget.
Bon appetit, you're fine.
Bridget looks like literally inside of a capsule, like with her little headset on. She literally looks like as if she's in space. She looks so professional. It's the first time I've ever seen her on camera, I think, in a while.
I think that's the whole point.
It looks awesome. I love it.
Thank you. My shawl's because it's kind of cold out here.
Yes.
So basically, okay. So I want to be very happy that everybody's here. I'm just looking at my two screens, to be blunt. That's what I'm doing. Right. Okay.
All right. So sorry. I was going to say for individuals. Okay, for individuals who have not already done this, for the translators, please click on your translation icon on your Zoom and put it to your language to the best of your ability, please. That way, when individuals are speaking in their language, you will be able to hear the interpreters.
Thank you. Any problems, any questions, then do please raise your hand. Okay, we're in business. Let's start. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final Asgardia parliamentary session for this year. It's our 4th one. We usually have 4 by precedent. This is a formal meeting where we make decisions, we have votes, and we have debates. Nothing is censored. There is no time lag. There is no interpretation of what people say. You hear it exactly as people say it. And for that reason, you can trust us to be the world's first digital democracy, fully functioning and effective. What we do today is a fairly short affair. It's just ensuring that people understand the agenda and everything else. Tomorrow is the main work in terms of the legislation. And on Sunday, that's the 3rd day, we talk about the committee work. That's basically the format that we have established. The timing is based on the most efficient timing for the world. It's not great for everybody, but it's the least worst option because we live on a round planet, on a sphere. And so some people will be up at night, some people will be up in the morning, some people will be up in the afternoon, but this time causes the least disruption. Looking ahead, you will see us having a mature and sensible debate where things can be changed based on that debate. And also you will see us all united in the same mission, which is to have the first permanent human space habitation and also the first child born in space. We will celebrate wherever and however that happens, as long as it's safe, we will celebrate both those outcomes. So I will say to colleagues, you can raise your hands at any time if you want to talk about what we're discussing. My mission is to give you some very short announcements, and then we'll talk about any procedural issues, and I'll go through the agenda at that point, and then we'll close. First of all, the announcements. We've got a guest speaker tomorrow, and that's exciting. You need to be there. I will reveal the guest speaker tomorrow, but be there at 10:00 tomorrow, because we're going to get a guest speaker who is really talking about an experiment which really justifies our belief that we can live in space long term. The second of the three announcements is, please vote for or against the agenda. That's really vital. We need to get a quorum, which is 50% plus one of the AMPs. And we can do that. It's very important that we do. Otherwise, nothing matters. None of the votes count. So if you vote for nothing else, please vote for the agenda. That's going to be in the voting system. If you have any problems with the voting system, then contact me or the parliamentary coordinator, and we'll explain how it works. The third thing is that you have every right to say anything you want at any point. There is no censorship here. Please keep your language clean. Children are watching as well. And in some parts of the world, this is the morning. Other parts of the world, this is the evening. But apart from that, you can say what you want, and you can be critical if you want to as well. Asgardia is a truly open democracy. Those are my three main points. Let me move on to the second point, which is the procedural issues. The voting is now open. We record the quorum and the adoption of the agenda of the meeting as one vote. That is a quorum. So if you vote for or against or abstain, it's all counted. We need to get 50% plus one of the of colleagues to do that. So please do that. We will know when the quorum has arrived because I will be informed and I'll share it with you. But please do vote on that. Now, looking at the technical vote for the quorum, it's actually for the agenda. Now, in the agenda, tomorrow, we will have the opening of the second day of the sitting, obviously. We'll have the Information Safety and Security Cyber Act. That will be presented by Ricky Sickles. After that, we'll have the Asgardia Foreign Affairs Act. That's once again a first reading with Ms. Ferda Inam. Then we'll be discussing the Asgardia Digital Interface Act, first reading, with Mr. Ross Cheesewright. That was called something else before, but it was too complicated a name. It's the same piece of legislation with a better name. Then we go to the Government Preliminary Financial Overview. Sorry, I jumped ahead. The Asgardia Digital Properties Act, first reading, with Mr. John Fine. He has probably done more legislation than anybody else for Asgardia, and he's a real veteran, so you will see how he does that. Then we'll talk about the Government Preliminary Financial Overview for the year. Then the Government Tower for the Prime Minister, Lena de Winner, and then we will close tomorrow. My guess is that although we have 8 hours, we'll need much less. Then on the third day, we'll be talking about the committees. I see that we now have a pretty good number of people here. So let me now go to the translators who will tell you how you can listen in your language. Let's start with our Turkish friends.
Hello, Mr.
Hi.
Lambert.
Yep, I can hear you now. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
You had me afraid for a moment.
Thank you very much.
That's good. Good to see you. Good to hear from you.
Thank you. Değerli katılımcılarımız, Asgardia toplantımıza hoş geldiniz. Tekrardan küçük bir hatırlatma yapalım isterseniz. Hepinizin bildiği üzere toplantı sırasında farklı dillerde simultane çeviri hizmeti sunulmakta. Türkçe de bunlardan bir tanesi. Ekranın alt kısmında bulunan tercüme ikonunu tıklayıp Türkçeyi seçerek bizleri Türkçe olarak dinleyebilirsiniz. Eğer söz almak isterseniz ve Türkçe konuşmak isterseniz direkt olarak konuşabilirsiniz. Biz aynı anda sizin konuşmanızı İngilizceye çeviriyor olacağız. Diğer meslektaşlarımız da kendi dillerine çevirecekler. Durmanıza gerek yok. Sizlerden her zamanki gibi ricamız tane tane konuşmanız ve mümkün olduğunca yavaş ilerlemeniz. Bu sayede çeviri çok daha sağlıklı ilerleyecektir. Dikkatiniz için çok teşekkür ederiz. İyi toplantılar dileriz. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. Any questions on that, please do raise your hand. Let's go to our Spanish interpreter next.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Mr. Lembit.
Hello, Liz.
Buenos días a todos. Queremos darle la bienvenida a esta tercera sesión parlamentaria del segundo Parlamento de Asgardia. Como saben, los que han estado anteriormente en estas sesiones, y para los nuevos les vamos a explicar que tenemos hasta el momento 3 idiomas que se hacen interpretaciones. Va a ser el ruso, turco y español. Por favor, conéctense para escuchar en el canal correcto todo el tiempo, para que puedan escuchar la interpretación de todo lo que se está hablando durante el tiempo de la reunión. Si tienen alguna pregunta, por favor, contáctenos vía la coordinadora del Parlamento. Y por favor, recuerden hablar un poco despacio, sin pausas, pero despacio para poder hacer la mejor interpretación posible. Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much indeed. Let's go to our Russian interpreter next.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman.
Hi.
Добрый вечер, доброе утро, добрый день, уважаемые дамы и господа. Добро пожаловать на третье заседание парламента второго созыва Асгардии. Я вкратце напомню вам порядок работы с переводом. Перевод у нас осуществляется на 3 языка. С английского на испанский, турецкий и русский. Весь перевод осуществляется в синхронном режиме, поэтому никаких пауз делать не нужно. Если нужно выступить вам на русском языке, то вы выбираете только канал, в который вы говорите. Это основной канал. Ничего, в общем-то, менять не нужно. Я буду переводить на английский, а с английского языка переводчики будут переводить на турецкий и испанский. Точно так же происходит, когда докладчик говорит на турецком или испанском языке. Единственная к вам просьба. Пожалуйста, говорите не быстро, чтобы все нюансы того, что вы скажете, были переведены. Большое спасибо и плодотворной вам работы.
Thank you very much indeed, everybody. One request, please speak slowly. If you speak too fast, I will be told, and then I will tell you to slow down. I sometimes speak too quickly also, and therefore I will be told to slow down also. I want everyone to feel they can understand what is going on, and I want everyone to feel that they can express their views freely. So thank you to our interpreters. They are absolutely priceless. I would like to add more interpreters for more languages next year, but that is a conversation for another day. Let me now just once again cover the point that I have to make, and then I will open this for any questions and so on. We do not need to have a long meeting today. It's really a technical procedure. We've officially opened the sitting and the voting is open also. You can vote for all of the legislation. It's all open. It might be better to do that once you've actually had the debate tomorrow. We had a very good discussion about all of the legislation last Saturday at the Asgardia Legislative Forum. What I want you to feel able to do is make any commentary that you want tomorrow in our discussion between 1000 and 1800, we probably won't use all the time, but we have enough time for any contributions to be made. And as I say, you can vote as well. You can vote now, but it would be better if you waited for that discussion. Then we will also get that interaction with the government. If you look at the agenda, I won't repeat what's in it, but you get the chance to have an interaction with the government. My expectation for these 5 years is that government and the Parliament will work more closely together. Why? Because we're now in a delivery phase, and we have to make sure that government, the ministers and parliamentarians are working on the same page, as we say in the United Kingdom, that we work together in a collective way, which makes things work. Then on the Sunday, we will be talking about the work of the committees. That is the primary objective. The important thing is that all 12 committees make their presentation. We will also review the timetable for priority acts. In other words, things that we need to pass. And you can, well, of course, add new things to that as well. So it's an open debate. There is no vote about the content of day 3, but it's a very important day because we will make sure that we have a full and frank discussion about the operation of the 12 committees. At the end of the day, we will hear the preliminary results from the vote, and we will then have some closing remarks in the Asgardia national anthem, as we always do. My guess is that today we will be finished very quickly. I don't think there's much to discuss, but of course we have another 1 hour, 40 minutes if you want to discuss things. Tomorrow we will probably finish in 6 hours. That's my guess, but I'm not sure. And then on Sunday, we will use most of the 5 hours that we have. That's what I think is going to happen. Success for me is that we make meaningful decisions which drive our agenda forward. We don't meet for the purpose of meeting. We meet for the purpose of progress. And as such, I'm very excited to think that these new 4 pieces of legislation will be useful. Tomorrow, we're going to have a representative talking to us about an important space project as well. He will be introduced, and hopefully you will find him really interesting. And it's all about understanding more concerning what it means to live in space. That's all I have to share. Let me ask you if you have any questions or comments. Ferda, cheer up. You look sad. I'm not sure you can hear me. Anybody got anything that you'd like to raise now? Bridget.
Yes. Sometime during the meeting, I was wondering if we could ask Teresa to present her work with the population spreadsheet and let everybody see where we're standing.
Good question. Let me check that. And first of all, we can do that on day 3 as part of your report. Secondly, let me just check that. You're quite right to ask me that question. You asked me that about a week ago. I'll check that with administration. I think that would be a very helpful thing to do. So it will be on day 3 and as a subset of your report, if that's okay with you.
That's fine with me.
Aliona, let me check that with administration, if that's okay. Thank you. Very good point. You actually did ask me about that. Sorry, it's taken me a time to respond. Anybody else? One small point. For a while, from roughly 10:45 GMT till 12:45 GMT, Peter Morn, the Deputy Speaker of the House of Commons, of the Asgardia Parliament, will be chairing the event. I have to go and do something, which I can't change, which has arisen after we agreed the dates. But Peter will be looking after us very well. He does a very good job on the Chairs Committee as well. Let me ask two questions now. First of all, for the four presenters of the legislation, do any of you have any issues that you have or you want to raise today before we discuss things tomorrow? Procedural issues today, or are you all okay? Peter, John, I know that you have to get up very early to do it. Would you be okay with that?
Yeah, yes, that's no problem. I've already got it on my schedule.
Okay, I spoke to Ricky earlier on as well, so that's great, Ricky Sickles. He's in a good place because it'll just be a comfortable afternoon for him. Ferda, are you happy with the timing for you, which is probably going to be about 11:30 UTC? That's when I guess we'll get to you. Okay, thank you. I see it. Thank you. And Ross, thank you. I haven't checked if Ross Cheesewright is here, but Ross, once again, you're on the same time zone as me, so it should be okay for you. Okay, as I say, I haven't checked if Ross is here. Okay. Second question is, does anybody have any concerns about the process? We can happily share the way that we do things rather than just the content. Do raise your hands. We've become much more efficient, by the way. In the past, this used to take a very long time, but we know what we're doing now. Rebecca. Thank you, Rebecca. You're quite right. A process that Rebecca's describing is that sometimes we have private sessions, not because we are embarrassed about the content, but financial matters for us do need to be discussed within Parliament rather than across the whole world. There are some people who can be taking that information and using it against Asgardia. That's why we share it amongst ourselves. That's why we sign an NDA. But thank you, Rebecca. That's what we will do. Anything else anybody wants to raise tonight or this morning or this evening? You all look very serious today. John.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for the ALF we had and all the suggestions that were made. I listened, and I tomorrow I'll present. They're very minor changes, but I think that the way I put them, that they are by what everybody was suggesting. So, and I hope you all like it. But I'm still open to suggestion, of course. But we did have some really good sessions on the ALF. I think that was a very productive ALF, and it really helps out for this Parliament session coming tomorrow. So anyway, just wanted to add that.
Thank you, John. And your work is always absolutely top class. So if you got something from the ALF, it means that you made it even better. Totally Premier League. And also grateful for the fact that these hours can be unsociable for somebody in America. They're quite good for Europe, and people like Ricky Sickles at the other end of the world have to stay up quite late sometimes. But John, you're the one who will suffer more than anybody else tomorrow because we're starting at 0500, I think, your time. Thank you very much. Let's go to Ariadne next.
Gracias. Esto debe estar ya en la logística, pero de todas formas creo que es bueno comentarlo.
Thank you. This should already be in the logistics, and I want to comment that our Vice President of Science Committee is who will be reading the report. So thank you, Jason Colby. That's all. Thanks.
Thank you very much indeed. It's always great to see you as well, by the way. Ariadne, you are one of the great shining lights of Asgardia, and you do a very good job. And your sound is so much better. It's so much better. Whatever you did to your microphone, it's okay. I've got a professional microphone. It sounds like you have too now. So thank you very much for that. Does anybody else want to ask anything or make any points before we finish for today? We've got a full day tomorrow. Okay, thanks. So let me go to any other business. If you want to raise anything, raise your hand while I'm talking. It's all very straightforward. Tomorrow we start at 10:00 UTC, and we'll start with my announcements. Then we will do the 4 pieces of legislation. Then we'll talk about the preliminary financial overview, government hour, and then close of the sitting. I guess that's going to take 4 hours, maybe 5. I guess we'll be finished by 1400. Peter Morn, the deputy chair, will be chairing it from 10:45 UTC till 12:45 UTC, and I will be doing the rest. On day 3, please make sure that you are present for the committee reports and discussions about their work. I think I still am short. I still have not got 2 committee reports. That's 2 committee reports. Please do send me even 200 words as an email. That's going to help me a lot. You don't have to spend a lot of time on this. It's not about how long we spend together. It's how effectively we spend the time together. But it's important that we have that meeting because the committees are absolutely the powerhouse of what we do. All the way through, we're going to have our wonderful translators working in shifts. We will have breaks when they're necessary. We won't have breaks for no reason. Usually on day 2, we have a short break, then we have a slightly longer break, and then finally we have a short break again. And on Sunday, we usually have just 1 break. And then as soon as we get to the close of the voting, soon after that as we can, which is 1700 UTC on Sunday, I will share the results, the preliminary results of the vote. Okay, I don't see anybody else raising anything right now. Oh, Ugo.
Mikrofonumu açtım. Sayın Başkan.
Thank you very much, Chairperson, and all the parliamentarians. I have a very small question about the committee reports. Do we have a running order of reading the committee reports? Do we have any order?
Yes, we do, Ugo. It's the same as in the booklet. There'll be one of the booklets behind me here, which I can find. But if you have, I can tell you tomorrow morning, Ugo, the order. I have not physically got it in front of me now. We always use the same order. There's no logical justification for it. It's just how we started. So I suppose in a sense the rationale is we started doing it this way and we'll carry on doing it this way. So tomorrow morning, if Aliona reminds me, I will read out the order of the presentations of committee reports. If there's a problem, if you have other issues, if you've got to do other things, just let me know. I will move around the agenda to accommodate you. But Ugo, I will tell you what the proposed order of presentations is tomorrow. Is that okay? Okay, thank you.
Sayın Başkan, çok teşekkür
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. And I just want to have a small reminder. Thank you so much. Yes, we might have, of course, different maybe assignments, but Asgardia is our top priority right now and should be our top priority. Unless we have any problem, I think everyone will apply and will respect the order. And I want to thank everyone. And Dear Sarah will be reading out our report, by the way, since the report is in English, and she will do much better job, I think.
You always do a great job, Ugo, and with translation, there's no problem. Whoever wants to do it. But thank you. And tomorrow I will read out the order of the presentations. I can do it now, but I just don't want to waste people's time. So if it's okay, I'll do it tomorrow. Any other business? Okay. I just want to finish with one last point. We're going to close now. Thanks, everybody. Please do vote for the agenda or against the agenda if you want to, but please do vote in relation to the agenda. We need to get the quorum there as soon as possible. And it's very helpful to me. It's always a relief to me when we actually get the quorum established. We have made more progress than I ever thought possible by this point. Tomorrow's legislation is all very practical. It's all about creating the community that we need to live in. We need to create if we want to live in space. Whatever you think of people like Elon Musk, they're creating the launch vehicles for our society and our species. We will be moving to space much sooner than 2043. I think we will be doing it this decade. What we are doing, therefore, is important for all humankind, not just because we believe in Asgardia. When you enter the debates tomorrow, recognize the decisions we make now will define the outcome for a country and perhaps for a species for centuries, not just decades, centuries to come. I think you can take pride in the fact that you have chosen to be involved in one of the biggest missions in all humankind's history. Thank you, everybody. I think we've finished for tonight. Tomorrow I'll be here at 10:00. I'll be off air from 10:45 to 12:45, maybe a little bit less. And as far as I'm concerned, we've got to make sure that we do the best we can for those who follow us as well as for ourselves. And I really hope that before we all finish, we'll all get to be in space for at least 1 week. It would be fantastic to have an Asgardia sitting in space. And I just think that that's a very, very good thing to do. Thank you. Let me just ask Erin. Erin, if you want to do your meeting now, we could actually go into it now. Erin, you're online. Do you want to, when we finish in about 5 minutes, do you want for us to finish the meeting? Can you unmute yourself and tell me?
Sure, we can do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're ahead of schedule, so we can meet at 45 minutes past, which is in 7 minutes. Is that okay? I think that's probably a yes. Erin's frozen there, but yeah. Okay, Erin, we'll get a Zoom to you, and then we'll do that now. Thanks, everybody. Have a great evening. Oho, and I'll see you tomorrow, and I'll sort out my background. I'll probably have my green screen up again. I like this background. I love it, actually. It's real. These are real books. It's not pretend. And there's a lot of Asgardia there as well. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks very much indeed. And I will see you when we finally get to a meeting at 10:00 UTC tomorrow. We went to 50. Oh, actually, we went to 58. So it'll be at 20. We'll get to 28. When we get to 28, I'll close this, and Erin, then we can have our conversation too. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hasta
Bye-bye.
luego.
See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.